Welcome back, man. What's going on, traders? We had a fire week last week, our last trading week. Everything was hidden. If you're not in the free Telegram, be sure to join that free Telegram in the bio. The link is in the description. All right, because I'll drop all of these setups. I'll drop them. But if you want, of course, the exact take profit, stop loss, the live sessions, everything I give for the private Discord community, you can get that by joining us in Discord. But man, you can see here, I call out the calls. GBPCHF TP1 was hit for 100 pips. All right. Boom. I give out the exact price we enter, the stop loss, everything, right? I sent out the chart markup and you see everything just continued to play out from that to even GU. So if we look at GU, all right, let me see. It was GU, it was GBPCHF, it was also GU, and it was also GBPJPY. So we see right here, GJ, 134 pips, TP2 hit. EJ, 184 pips. All right, TP3 hit. Everything was hit. All right. And GU was actually just given out. You see this GU signal push 62 pips in profit. So that's one that was held over the weekend. So really over 500 pips. If you factor in all the setups, everything that's been playing out, all right, it's been over 500 pips in total. All right. So if we go and let's see how or what we're looking at for the week. All right, what potential moves we have coming and what can we get? So this week you can expect volatility, expect high value because this is FOMC week. We're starting off Monday. You know, you got the German flash manufacturing services for Euro, all you got the CPI trend mean. And then Wednesday, you have rate statements. You have the rate statement for CAD, Canadian dollar. You also have the conference, the BOC conference, and then you have FOMC and the rate decision on the USD. So, you know, this typically FOMC tends to bring volume into the market, high volume. All right. So we're going to see what we can look for this week and what the technicals are showing us and see how things are aligning. All right. So starting with the DXY, you can see right here on the DXY, man, it's looking bullish right now. Overall, it's still bullish if we look at the, like, at least from these lows, like from this low, from this demand, right, forming these higher lows, right, higher highs. So price was showing upward trend structure on a weekly to daily. All right. So now, excuse me, price pulled back, found support, and then pulled away from this level. Okay. So if we look at this from a technical perspective, price did pump back up, form like a bullish flag correction, bullish engulfing right here, pumped back up from here. So price could correct. Right now, it pulled back after that. Price finds support around here or even around this higher low, we could see that continued wave up. All right. We could see the dollar. I am leaning towards bulls. All right. On the dollar this week, heading back. You know, I will look for price to head back towards these highs up here. All right. Towards the high, pretty much of that range right there. See price head back up there. And, you know, we'll definitely know and see with FOMC. All right. Now, if price decides to give a sharp sell off from here, then we probably will see price have another wave down before any more continued upside. All right, so let's see how that plays out. GU. So again, GU is a signal that was given out. And like I showed, it was showing that it's about 62 pips in profit. All right, I gave that out. I gave this out and you see that it moved into profit. All right. So if we look at the daily, really, I was looking for my setups from up there at this high, at this potential lower higher structure. Price had a nice rejection. All right. And it continued looking to the left. It continued breaking below this daily structure, this demand. All right. Price had a nice break below right here. Okay. So, and not just that. All right. When price pulled back, just looking at it from a top down perspective, price pulled back, and even right here on the daily, it printed this shooting star rejection. Boom. And then it continued to roll over. Now, if we look, it is Sunday, so let's look at the weekly. Weekly, we got a bearish engulfing on the weekly. All right. You can see right here. This is a bearish engulfing candle, which shows that the sellers are still in control. So overall, I'm still looking for a continued drop here on GU. If we scroll out to the left, remember, price action is market structure is everything. If you learn anything from this week, whether you follow the Telegram or you're in VIP, just notice how it's all going in line with structure. Like, that's everything. So we can see price at least come back down into this structure level of supply. I'm looking for a price to reach down either between 1.35 and 1.345. All right, around there, because that's a major level. In the past, you see this was a major level of supply. Okay, so that could be a level where either it could bounce, or if it continues to break, then we could see price come even further down on these lows. All right, so a way that you can trade this, if you're not already in it, you could look for price to correct. All right, price broke below structure here, pulled back and continue giving a breakdown lower low. So now price could correct on these pullbacks. If it corrects early, you can look for price to correct, maybe retest, and then give you that continued wave down. All right, so something like this, if you was to take a counter trend line, right, and if it was to form like a bearish corrective wave or a bearish corrective flag, you see the market literally just opened just now, bearish corrective wave. If it does that early, look to sell this breakdown. All right, I'm leaning towards price holding below this lower high, this shooting star right there, that pin bar rejection. All right, the price could pull back first and then roll over. All right, but overall, my bias is still to the downside on GU for this week. All right, GJ, man, GJ was another one that was a hitter. Like GJ came through, and I sent this markup out. You know, you could look in the Discord, you can look in the Telegram, you can see at here on this pullback here is when we was looking to sell it. I was anticipating this continued drop, and then boom, we got that continued drop right there. All right, so now JPY strength is still heavy right now. Still heavy, and it's just a matter of what price is going to do from here, because it's still bearish. You see this weekly candle had a strong bearish rejection, strong bearish close. All right, so for me, the momentum is still to the downside. All right, you look at the daily, price came, and I went over this in the last projections. I was showing you the levels it could hit. So we hit all those levels, and we broke slightly below. All right, we broke slightly around this level, this higher low structure. So we could possibly see this come down even further. All right, but first, there could be some type of pullback first. All right, there could be some type of correction. All right, so if it was to correct, I would look for some type of correction on a smaller time frame, some type of pullback, you know, a retest around these levels, something like that, and then correct continuation. But overall, if price is still looking bearish, I'm expecting if price is going to continue to the downside, then it's likely that it's going to stay below this daily candle. All right, so even if it pull back some of that, right, that can be just a correction to then continue. All right. GBPCHF, this actually was another one given. As I showed you, TP1 was hit, but really, you might as well say TP2 was hit, because TP2 is at 1.234. It came like 2 pips shy of that. It was 140 pips. All right. And this, you know, if you go back and watch the videos, you'll see I anticipated all of this happening. Look at the weekly. The weekly strong rejection, right? Because remember, at first, you had this pin bar rejection, which is a sign of price exhaustion, the sellers coming in, and then boom, after that, we got the move. Now we got a big bearish engulfing on the weekly. All right, so chances are we're going to move more to the downside. It's just a matter of, is it going to, where could it pull back to? Because you see even here on the daily, big bearish engulfing candle. So we could see price pull back or retest first. All right, so you could look for something like this. We could go to the smaller time frame. We could see price pull back one more time. All right, it could pull back and retest these levels. Possibly. This will be somewhere that I would look for price to retest to or pull back to. All right, come up somewhere around here. All right, that would be ideal. But overall, I'm still expecting price to come further down to this level around 1.23. All right, psychological level was also a level of support. You see to the left, this was a level where price found support and had a wave up. So that's the next level of structure I will be anticipating getting hit. Looking to the daily, this all, you know, this lines up with this level of support. Now, of course, if we come and break through that, then it's likely we can head back down to this major level of structure. All right. So overall, still bearish on GBPCHF. I like to see how, you know, going into Tuesday London, how it developed. Maybe catch a pullback opportunity for more wave down. EJ was another one. All right, all targets hit. You could look at the markup that was sent out right here at the price broke structure. We got the retest, we got the continuation. All right, formed a lower high right here, and gave us that continued bearish wave. All right, and now we reached this major level of structure here. All targets hit. So now this is a level where price could potentially give some type of correction. This is a major level of demand as well. So this is possible. I wouldn't be surprised if we see price give some type of correction from this level. Okay, but as of right now, it is still bearish. Okay, so price broke down, it rejected. Now it's looking like it's coming back down. So if price gets some type of bullish impulsive wave, you probably could catch a pullback and get another move up. All right, but I see better opportunities. EJ gave me all that I wanted to get out of this move so far. But now if this continues to break below here, all right, you could catch those pullbacks, those retests, and look to take this down towards 127.5. All right, down to 127.5. That would be my next target if price continues to break down and show downward trend structure. All right, looking at EU. So EU also, I sent this out and, we was around this level, okay? It was around this level. And you could go back to the last weekly Forexcast, you could see what I said. After I saw this daily candle rejection from structure, bearish engulfing, I had a high confidence that price was gonna give us a wave, a sell-off from there, all right? So price broke down, chopped right here a bit, and then boom, gave the breakdown. All right, gave a corrective wave and then gave another drop right here to end the week. But now you see price is interesting because it is pulling back some. Excuse me, it is pulling back. So this could be a pullback to just, form some type of resistant rejection from that lower high and just continue down. So it's either I would look for price to just continue from there, all right, or around this level, right? Or I would look for price to come in around that level. All right, I look for price to come in around. If it don't reject from here, if it don't just retest the previous lower high and just reject, all right, the next point I will look for price to maybe respect for a continuation down will be here. A retest of that structure, previous structure low, and then get that wave down. All right, but overall, I'm anticipating these lows to be hit. All right, so my next target, of course, my short-term target will be around here, 1.3, already 1.3, 1.12.8-ish. But overall, I would look for price to come back down towards this low, 1.12 even. All right. You can also see on the weekly, let's see how this weekly. It's looking like, yeah, pretty much a bearish engulfing on the weekly. All right, so with knowing that it's FOMC, is all these fundamentals, from a technical perspective, the technicals are showing strong dollar. All right, the technicals. So it's just a matter of, are they normally when the technicals align, they just use these volume-based events, these high volume events, fundamental events to just accelerate the move. All right, they just bring the value into the market. All USD. So AU as well had a nice sell-off to end last week. You look at how this closed on the weekly. It's a big shooting star rejection on a weekly. All right, shooting star rejection right here, shooting star candle. So that could be a sign that bears are going to continue to come back into this market. All right, that goes again, technicals aligning, because with a strong dollar, AU sell, EU sell, GU sell, right? You're seeing these things trade in line with the strength of that dollar. All right, because last week, what it did, this pulled back, and then you see right here on the daily form, this shooting star rejection, and then rolled over. All right, if you look at it, what it did on the 4 hour, this is a top-down approach. On the 4 hour, it basically retested this previous structure. All right, formed an evening star rejection right here, and then boom, continued to roll over. All right, so for this, I'm still bearish on this. It's just a matter of, this is two ways I would look to trade. It's either I would look for some type of pullback, right, to happen and then catch that continuation, or you could wait for a break of structure, a breakdown, look to catch those pullbacks, possibly a retest, and then catch that continuation down towards 1.70, 0.7. All right, because with the continued breakdown from here, I would expect price to reach back into these demand levels. all JPY. So all weakness came in, but also overall, JPY weakness. I mean, JPY strength was in heavy too. So you can see how this, just keeping this real basic, real simple. Look at this bearish, strong rejection on the weekly, right? Strong rejection candle there on the weekly. So if we look at this to the left, price broke below this level of structure, right? If you go to the daily, you can see it more clear. On the daily, look to the left, always look to the left to go right, right? This level of demand here became resistance when price broke it, retest, continuation, right? It was support here, right? So now if we see on the daily, price had a bearish engulfing strong break below structure, all right? So now I'm still bearish on this. All signs points to continued sales. Now it's just a matter of, catch the pullback opportunity. So I would look for price to possibly maybe pull back, retest these levels, possibly. If price gave some type of retest, rejection from these levels, it slightly did that already right here. When price broke below and then pull back or retest and then continue. All right. So I would look for price to pull back, maybe retest here. If something like that, you just catch that continuation down. All right. Either there or even if it came a little higher, still. I would believe those would be just corrections to catch that continuation wave, a bigger wave down to the downside, back down towards these levels. 80.5, around 80.5, which is a major level of demand you can see right here, right? So that would be my next target on that. All right, either that or price could very much just, because you see right here, you got the lower highs, you got the lower lows. So it made a lower low here, right? It made a lower low here. So this could be just a slight pullback to continue to make a lower low. And if it does that, continues to make a lower low, then you just continue to sell, look for sell opportunities on those pullbacks. So if it continues to break down, catch another pullback possibly, and just, catch the next opportunity. But overall, still bearish on AJ. CADJPY, it's another JPY pair that's going in line with pretty much the rest of them. If you look at this on the weekly, look to the left, always look left to go right. This is a major level of supply. Price had a major sell-off here in the past, all right? Even if I wanted to zoom this out or take this more into the past, right? Still around this major level of supply. So we zoom in, you can see on the weekly, boom, we got a nice shooting star rejection, a good sign of sellers being in control of this. That's a good bearish indication, especially with it being on the weekly. So if we go down to the daily, boom, price had nice bearish rejection structure, breaking back below this level of structure, this level of supply. All right, so now overall, I'm still bearish on CJ. I would say just look to sell. It will be sell opportunities possibly on a pullback. Could take this counter trend line right here. All right, see price pretty much just broke that. All right, so these pullbacks, if it pulls back here, I believe this be just a correction. If it gives you something like that, that can be your opportunity for catch to continue wave from there and look to catch those waves to the downside. Either that or just let it continue to break structure, then catch those any pullback opportunity, retest opportunity you get could be more opportunities to just sell this to the downside. All right. So that's bears on CJ because you can see this is basically a lower low in structure. This would be a lower high, seeing this on a 1 hour. So if this pulls back, this could be just a retest or another lower high forming to continuation. USDCAD. You can see this on a daily. Price had a pump, just had a nice hold of support. And you could take this trend line from this low to this higher low, extend it out, and you see basically it just rejected from the third trend line bounce. All right. And we see some CAD weakness coming in. Take a look at oil too to see what we got. So this weekly candle, look how this weekly candle just closed. Bullish pin bar here on the weekly, right? Bullish pin bar could be a sign of a bullish reversal or a bullish move to the upside. All right. This could be possibly, all right. This is a low. This was a higher low when price bounced. This could possibly be a higher low forming to give another bullish wave, possibly. All right. So, but looking at it on the daily, I believe it still has some short-term bias to the upside. Here on the daily, you created some pin rejections, and then this bullish engulfing right here. All right. So now I would say on the correction, that could be an opportunity for continued buy opportunity. All right. So I would look for something like that, right? Price correct, pull back, this could be a pullback opportunity to possibly just continue. All right. Now, just looking at from a structure perspective, I would like for price to stay above, all right, at least above this structure, right? Above this structure and staying above this higher low structure. Okay. So you can also take, you could take your trend line too, really. See how I react here. All right. Take that trend line. All right. And if it pulls back, this could be just an opportunity to catch the correction. All right. For continuation up. So overall, depending on where I want to find support, I'm leaning towards UCAD to give another wave to the upside based off this daily, based off the weekly. And it really is going to play in line if oil respects this high. So if we see oil, you can look on the weekly, oil been moving, been in the uptrend, been pumping. So now looking at this, making these higher highs, but now price is roughly around this level of supply where price had big sell-offs in the past. All right. So it slightly broke above it, but this could possibly be a false breakout. And it depends on how price is going to react right here. Depends on how price is going to react. So if this just holds support here and say this is like a bullish flag, if this is possibly a bullish flag, let's say this holds support and just continues to pump through. Then if that happens, then price is just going to continue to wave to the upside, and then we can see CAD possibly strength come in. All right, and UCAD probably continue to sell off. All right, but right here, let's say this just holds and just continues and breaks down below structure. Then that's more of a sign that you're going to see oil sell off even more. And, you know, on the pullbacks or dips, you can possibly get, you know, more opportunity to the downside. So I'll just have to see how oil react right here. Excuse me. It is interesting. It's at an interesting point, but with the strong impulse to close back below here, you know, we could see this give us another wave down. All right. So those are the setups on my watch list for the week. Again, you know, we are looking to just follow it up this week. Be patient, let it come to us. Everything is aligning. All right. Again, be sure to like, subscribe. If you're new here, join the free Telegram in the link in the description. Or if you at least you can get the setups that I send out, the projections I send out, because just with that alone, you can catch some moves on this alone. All right, by projections and analysis I send out, the chart markups. But if you're looking for that hands-on, you want to be a part of the community, you want to follow my exact stop loss, take profit and everything, hop on live sessions with me, and get my hands-on, you know, training and things like that, get access to the Discord, then you could visit the fxwave.com. That's also in the description, and you could join us there. All right. But with that, let's catch some pips, and I'll see you all on the next one.